Welcome to everyone. Today we shall discuss about Archimedean property and the density property. So, the Archimedean property states that if x and y be two positive real numbers, then there exists a natural number small n such that y less than nx, or we can write y by x less than n. That is, ratio of two positive real numbers is always less than a natural number. Right. So, next we discuss about some important deductions of this Archimedean property. So, deductions. Now, our first deduction. See this expression. If we put x equal to 1, then what happens? When x equal to 1, fixed this value, then y is a positive real number. So, y is less than n. This happens. So, finally we get for a positive real number y, there exists a natural number n such that y less than n. Now, if the positive real numbers is always less than n and n is a natural number and natural number starts from 1, so if the positive real numbers is always less than any one of the natural number, then we can say 0 is also less than, this is obvious, 0 and the negative real numbers, these are obviously less than any natural number. So, our first deduction is, if x be any real number, then there exists a natural number n such that x is less than n. Right? So, just in this expression, put x equal to 1, then what happens? Y less than n, that is y is here a positive real number, and this is obvious, that is any negative real number along with 0 is always less than any natural number. So, for any arbitrary real number x, we can write there exists a natural number n such that x less than n. So, this is obvious case. Our first deduction. Next come to very important deduction. That is, now again see this expression. So, now we put y equal to 1. So, fix the value of y, that is 1. Then what happens? 1 by x less than n. And here x is a positive real number. So, we get for any arbitrary positive real number, there exists a natural number n such that 1 by x less than n. That is, the reciprocal of that real number is always less than a natural number. Now, this can be written as, if x is any arbitrary real number with x greater than 0, that is, x is a positive real number, then there exists a natural number n such that 1 by n less than x, right? Now see, 1 by n, this is the reciprocal of a natural number, and this is obviously greater than 0, right? So, this is positive number. So, finally we get, if we put y equal to 1, that is fixed the value of y, then for any positive real number x, there exists a natural number n such that 1 by x less than n or 1 by n less than x. See, I have written this 1 by n less than x, and since this 1 by n is always a positive number, so 0 less than this, so we get this. Now look this expression. This is very important result, and frequently we use this expression in our further discussion, sequence, and many more results, many more theorems. This is based on these deductions. So what is the actual geometrical representation of this deduction? So see, if I ask you, okay, I'm writing, this is real number, real line, and suppose this is 0, then I'm asking, that is, find a positive real number next to 0, right? Find a positive real number next to 0. Then what is your answer? If you asked, or if you answered that suppose this is x, this is very close to 0, a number x, I am writing here, suppose x is a positive real number which is next to 0, right? Then according to this Archimedean property, this deduction of Archimedean property, we can find out a natural number such that the reciprocal of that natural number is always less than that real number. So if I have asked that find a positive real number next to 0, then if you answered that x is such real number, such positive real number next to 0, then I certainly give you a natural number according to the Archimedean property, according to the deduction of Archimedean property, such that the reciprocal of that natural number is less than x, and this number lies between 0 and x. So I can give you another number 1 by n which is less than your number which you have told me as the positive real number next to 0. So notice that there are infinitely many numbers close to 0, right? Why? Because n is a natural number and 1 by n, that is the reciprocal of the natural number, this is a real number, right? So this is a real number. Now if we say that for this real number I get this, there exists a natural number n such that we get this 1 by n which is less than x. Now this is a real number. Again for this real number we can get another natural number, right? So what is the natural number? Just 1 by n plus 1, right? So for this real number 1 by n, we can get a natural number n plus 1 such that the reciprocal of this natural number, that is 1 by n plus 1, this is always less than 1 by n. So in this way, now this 1 by n plus 1, this is a real number. Say y is equal to 1 by n plus 1. Now for this real number, again we can get a natural number. Suppose m is that natural number for this real number. For y, we get m belongs to n, and I am writing m is equal to 1 by n plus 1, so this is n plus 2, right? Such that we can write 0 less than 1 by n plus 2 less than y, or 0 less than 1 by m less than y. So in this way, this is a continuous process. So we can get infinitely many numbers close to 0, but there is no number next to 0, right? So here 0 is the hero because there are so many real numbers, infinitely many real numbers close to 0, but there is no number next to 0, right? So 0 is the hero. Next, our next deduction, that is third one. This says that if x is a positive real number, x greater than 0, if x is a positive real number, then there exists a natural number small n such that n minus 1 less than equal to x less than n. Okay, so see, the set of all natural numbers, our first natural number is 1. So if the value of n is 1, then this is 0. So 0 less than equal to any positive real number less than 1. So this is for a fixed value. I just for example I am explain it. So this is another deduction. Now our fourth deduction is, if x is any real number, then there exists an integer such that m minus 1 less than equal to x less than m. So what is the difference between these two deductions? See, if x is any real number, say x is any negative real number, minus anything, minus root 2, suppose x is minus root 2, then there exists an integer such that m minus 1 less than equal to x less than m. So for this real number, so since root over 4 is 2, so we can take any integer. Suppose I am taking m is equal to minus 4, right? Then we can write m minus 1 less than equal to this x less than m. So this done. So this is the deductions of Archimedean property. Next we come to the density property of the set of all real numbers. This is Archimedean property of the set of all real numbers. So now density property of R, this states that for any two real numbers with this ordering x less than y, there exists a rational number small r such that r lies between x and y. Similarly, okay, I am saying this again, between any two distinct real numbers with this ordering, I just mention this ordering to denote the distinction between these two real numbers. So between any two distinct real numbers, there exists a rational number r such that x less than r less than y. Now r is a real number, so now x and r, these two real numbers, right? And x less than r. This is one kind of deduction from this. So here x is a rational number from the first step. Now in the second step, since r is a rational number, so r is obviously a real number. So now x and r be two real numbers with this ordering, x less than r. So according to the density property, again we can get a rational number, suppose r1, such that we can write x less than r1 less than r, and so on. Now this r1 is again a real number, then we can get another rational number r2 such that x less than r2 less than r1, and so on. So between any two distinct real numbers there exists a rational number, and hence there lie infinitely many rational numbers between these two real numbers, right? Similarly, we can say that for any two distinct real numbers x and y, there exists an irrational number. Suppose s is an irrational number, right? So I am writing, if x and y be two real numbers with x less than y, then there exists, if this, then there exists an irrational number s such that x less than s less than y. Now similarly, s is a real number with this ordering, so there exists another irrational number, suppose s1, such that x less than s1 less than s. So between any two distinct real numbers there exists an irrational number, and hence there lie infinitely many irrational numbers. Okay, so today's discussion is completed here, and in our next classes we shall discuss many more interesting topics. So keep watching, and thanks to everyone.